Emmeline. So today I'm going to teach you how to make Audrey Hepburn inspired cupcakes. So I've been obsessed with Audrey Hepburn since either 5th or 6th grade. I honestly have no idea when it happened or how it happened, but I just became obsessed with her. And I would always have to do every single book report on her. I would always dress up as her for Halloween and try to take like Audrey Hepburn pictures. It did not come out too well, but I was so obsessed. Although it wasn't as bad as my Lizzie McGuire obsession, but it was still pretty bad. So I decided to make Audrey Hepburn cupcakes today, and they're going to be based off of the movie Breakfast at Tiffany's, which I'm sure all of you guys know. Of course, I had to wear my Audrey Hepburn t-shirt today so I could get into the Audrey Hepburn mood. So if you guys want to learn how to make some Audrey Hepburn Breakfast at Tiffany's cupcakes, then just keep watching.
So since the movie is called Breakfast at Tiffany's, I decided to recreate a cupcake to look like a Tiffany's box, and of course it's not in the shape of a box, but I just thought it would be pretty to have it the Tiffany blue color with a crisp white bow. So besides the frosting, which I will show you guys next, these are the tools that we will be needing. So just any paring knife, white fondant, and a rolling pin. So first we can take our food coloring, and this is in the shade teal, and you can just add a little bit of it to your plain buttercream, and I will have a link down below for this, and we can just begin to mix it in, and you just want to add a little bit at a time until you get the color that you like. So once your frosting is a Tiffany blue, we can add it to our piping bag. And yes, my piping bag is signed by Justin Michael Warner. It's kind of a long story. But anyway, we can take our frosting and add it into our piping bag. And I don't have a tip on this, so it's just a big circle. So you guys can either use a tip that's just a big circle or not use a tip. So now we can put our piping bag straight on top of our cupcake and just begin to pipe and kind of just release just so that the frosting looks like a big fluffy cloud. So as you guys can see, I just keep putting pressure on the piping bag until it is a big cloud of frosting. Now I'm just taking my white fondant and I'm going to roll this out thin. Once the fondant is rolled out, we can cut a long rectangular strip. Be sure to cut off the end so that it is straight. Once we have this, we can fold over the two sides and just pinch it in the middle. That way it gives us the shape of a bow. Now we can take another rectangular shape of our fondant and just once again cut the little sides off. And now we can add it onto our bow, so just place it on the front of the bow, and then you just want to pinch it off in the back. Now I'm cutting out another rectangular strip of the fondant. And I'm just cutting off little sections so that they look like a bow, and I'm making the ends of it angled. So now we can place the two ends of the bow onto our cupcake, and then just place the top of the bow on top of it. And now we have our little Tiffany's box. This next cupcake is inspired by Audrey Hepburn's necklace that she wears in the movie, and it is just this very big, pretty vintage necklace, and it has pearls and it has a really pretty brooch in the middle, so I'm going to recreate that for this next cupcake. So for this, we will be needing a silicone mat, and this has a flower print on it. We will also be needing some white edible pearls, as well as silver pearl dust, frosting, a paintbrush, a rolling pin, and a silicone flower mold. So now I'm just rolling out this white piece of fondant, and I'm adding the fondant on top of this silicone sheet, and now we can lightly roll it out, and you don't want to put too much pressure on it, just enough so that the impressions of the silicone will go onto the fondant. So now we can peel it off and you guys can see how it looks super pretty and it has a flower indentation. So now I'm just taking a circle cookie cutter and cutting it out. Now I'm adding some silver pearl dust into a bowl, and we can just take a paintbrush and paint it on to our circle of fondant. So I just put it on top of the cupcake, and now I'm going to be using this tiny flower mold, and I'm just putting a small piece of white fondant in it, and you can just push it in to the mold and it will come out as a pretty flower. So now I'm just taking the flower and adding it into the same silver pearl dust, and it gives it a really pretty look. So now I'm just taking some frosting and I'm outlining what I think the necklace should look like and how big I want it to be. Once we have that done, we can start to add on our white pearls, and this is just going to mimic her necklace. As you can see, I decided to put 2 pearls side by side, that way the necklace is a little bit thicker, just like hers is in the video. Now I'm just placing the silver flower that we made in the center, that way I know when to stop with the pearls on either side, and the silver flower represents the pretty little brooch that was on her necklace. Our last cupcake is inspired by the dress that Audrey Hepburn wears, and is very popular because that is the main thing that everyone focuses on, is always her dress that she has on, and it is just a very simple black dress. So I'm going to show you guys how to recreate it. So I'm sorry I forgot to take a picture of everything you will need for this cupcake, but basically you will just need black fondant, white edible pearls, as well as the green mold that we had before for the flowers, as well as white fondant and silver pearl dust. Now I'm just taking some black fondant and I'm going to roll this out. To create the iconic dress that Audrey Hepburn wears in Breakfast at Tiffany's, I'm just going to outline what I think the dress shape looks like. And back then they had very tight fitting dresses, and it really accentuated the feminine curves. So it's definitely going to be tight at the waist and then bigger everywhere else. If you guys have a problem with freehanding cutting out the dress, you guys can probably find some type of template online, or just print out a picture of her and then just kind of trace along her dress line. So this is what her dress will look like. And now I'm just placing it on top of the cupcake. So just to give it a little sparkle, I decided to make some more of those silver flowers that we made for the necklace, and I'm just also adding some more of these white pearls.
If you guys enjoyed this tutorial, definitely let me know if you guys try this out. I think this is a super fun cupcake, so if you guys are with your friends watching Audrey Hepburn movies, it would be so much fun to make with them. So if you guys do make the cupcakes, definitely send me a picture to either my Instagram or Twitter. I will have the links down below as well as at the end of this video. So I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye!